You might be wondering, is there such thing as female bullying? As in, isn't bullying the same for both males and females? Well, we're here to tell you that gender does play a role in the dynamics of bullying, and it's undeniable that it manifests differently due to social conditioning and gender roles. The strategies of a female bully are often more passive and indirect compared to their male counterparts, which are often more aggressive and violent in nature. But make no mistake, these tactics are just as lethal. Much like a poison that's slipped into your drink when you're not looking, the tactics of a female bully can go undetected until the damage is done slowly over time. In this video, we'll be discussing the common strategies used by females who engage in bullying and why gender shapes these patterns of behavior. Our mission at Psych2Go is to empower and enlighten our viewers with educational content backed by research and insights from mental health professionals. Now let's begin unpacking the 3 most common signs of female bullying and what it all means. Number 1, social exclusion. Social exclusion, also referred to as relational aggression, is probably one of the most familiar tactics of female bullying. You could even say that social exclusion is the very foundation of successful female bullying because that's where it usually starts. And of course, the drama almost always occurs behind your back. From gossip to smearing your reputation, women who engage in this behavior have to effectively convince others that you are problematic in some way. They have to ostracize you first before you're slowly alienated from the rest of your peers. You can see this strategy at play in school, the workplace, and any other group settings, and it definitely doesn't stop once you reach a certain age. The bullying just transforms into something more subtle and even more sinister. Why else is the popular movie Mean Girls so popular and relatable to the masses? So, why is this such a common tactic among female bullies? A growing number of studies show that women are more sensitive to social exclusion compared to men. And this can even be linked to human evolution and survival. In an academic article published by Dr. Tracy Vaillancourt, faculty at the University of Ottawa, she explains, the benefits of using indirect aggression seem clear. Fewer competitors and greater access to preferred mates, which in ancestral times would have been linked to differential reproduction rates, the driving force of evolution by sexual selection. With this in mind, we can see why social exclusion is an effective strategy to bully and harm other women, because it can feel like a threat to our survival and social standing. Passive aggression. We all know a passive-aggressive remark when we hear one, such as, "Wow, nice outfit, looks great for your body type," or "Congrats on getting good grades this semester, that's so surprising." You get the picture. These sneaky indirect attacks are ones we all know too well, and sometimes they even come from our sisters, mothers, and close friends. But what is the official definition of passive aggression? It means denoting or pertaining to a personality type or behavior marked by the expression of negative emotions in passive, indirect ways, such as manipulation or non-cooperation. The key word here is indirect, because the negativity is always masked as a compliment or words of encouragement. This right here is precisely why passive-aggressive behavior from bullies is so damaging. Because their behavior is intentionally confusing, which in turn makes it not only more challenging to identify, but also much more difficult to prove. Females who bully often engage in passive-aggressive behavior because it leaves their actions in sort of a gray area. Because their words and actions aren't overtly aggressive or violent. Founder of the popular YouTube channel Healthy Gamer and psychiatrist Dr. K brilliantly outlined why female aggression is passive in nature. When it comes to the neuroscience of female aggression, the first thing to understand is if you look at why women are less overtly aggressive than men. It's because women are much more sensitive to the possibility of retaliation. Men are fundamentally more comfortable with dishing out damage and receiving damage. So basically, bullying among females is often indirect and passive to avoid being held accountable and facing the consequences due to there being a certain degree of plausible deniability. Which brings us to our next point, plausible deniability. What? I wasn't trying to be mean. I don't know what you're talking about. This phrase is probably familiar to most of us. After being on the receiving end of toxic behavior, the bully turns around and denies everything. And they're often successful at doing so because the behavior wasn't overt and direct. So you can't prove it. Sometimes it even leaves victims questioning if they're overreacting or imagining it. Dr. K explains, the majority of victims don't even feel like they're victimized. They don't even realize that they are the victims of some form of aggressive behavior. This is the insidious nature of why some women can get away with tormenting others for so long, because their behavior isn't even viewed as bullying in the first place. How can there be consequences if there's no transgression to begin with? By not acknowledging the toxic behavior in the first place, we end up normalizing and enabling it. Can you relate to any of the signs we've mentioned above? Have you experienced bullying? Please sound off in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Your mental well-being and safety are important. So if you're a victim of any type of bullying, please talk to someone you can trust and reach out for help. You're not alone and you deserve support. Your feelings and lived experiences are always valid. We provided some resources below that can be helpful. As always, thank you for watching and take care.